All right. So again, my name is Damian Scott. As you guys know, I am the district manager and the assistant division manager here in the Central Texas area. We have here with us Sarah Otto, who is the next gen manager for the Lone Star division. And we are going to be going through an entire Cutco demo from the point of view of a brand new representative with an appointment of a familiar acquaintance. So Sarah is going to be sort of playing the role of a friend of a family member. And we're going to go through the entire process as if it was a real appointment. I'll be the representative. Sarah is going to be the customer, and we'll go from there. So Sarah, you ready to go?
Yes.
All right. So 3, 2, 1. And we're on the demo. So first of all, Sarah, glad we could get all this Zoom technology worked out. Have you had to use Zoom a lot in the last couple of years with the kids in school and stuff? Or
No, this is actually the first time I've been on Zoom. That was pretty tricky.
Okay, well, I'm glad we got us on there. IT technology, I guess, is part of 2022, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised it's taken me this long.
Well, like I said, I just really, really appreciate the time just you're willing to see this presentation. It really does mean a lot to me. So, first of all, before we start talking about Cutco, what's been going on new with your kids? What are they doing for fun nowadays?
Oh my gosh, they're really busy with school right now. We just had report cards come out, and everybody did great. And we have a couple who are homesick right now, and they might come in and bother me. So I hope that's okay.
I'm not asking you to change your life for the purpose of this demo. I'm willing to accept it however it comes by. Are they playing any sports? Are they new any activities or?
My eldest daughter, she's in gymnastics right now.
Okay.
She's been pretty busy lately. She's taken on a new class. My younger, two of my younger ones there, they just started gymnastics, but it's like tumbling. It's not really gymnastics. It's like rolling around on the floor and that sort of thing. So
that's awesome. What did you guys do over the holidays? Did you guys stay at the house or did you go to somebody else's house?
We went to my parents' house.
Oh, okay.
And it was a small get together, but we were able to do some visiting, and that was awesome. Nice. Mm-hmm.
And then I think you just kind of moved into a new neighborhood. What's the neighborhood like?
It's nice. We're still getting to know some neighbors. We have a couple that we've really clicked with, and that's been nice. And we've been kind of getting to know them a little bit better. They have kids about the same age, so that's nice.
They have a lot of kids too. They have kind of a group there. That's cool. And then I know that you have been working on a book recently a little bit. That's kind of part of a new project. How's that going for you?
It's going good. With the holidays and everything, it got a little slow with the kids being home all the time. Things get super busy for us around that time, but I'm starting to get back into it. So that's great. Awesome. Yeah.
And then, just to talk more about cooking, like what kind of cooking do you do?
Oh my gosh, I love to cook. I like to do a lot of like home style cooking. My mom grew up in the South, and she's the one who taught me to cook. So it's a lot of I make a mean meatloaf. I make a really great meatloaf. I gotta tell you that. And I love to
is that like a dish that your kids ask for?
Some of them are still really picky, but the ones who aren't really picky, they enjoy it a lot.
Awesome. Well, I know that obviously we, this is not the first time we've talked, but as far as like a little bit about what I've been, going through, as this is sort of a new job for me, and it's, it's kind of a little bit out of my comfort zone, as the concept of like selling things is not something I've really ever done before. But do you mind if I share a little bit of I guess what my goals and I guess why I'm working here?
Yeah, sure.
So I know that a lot of people right now they might be a little bit, it's a little tougher to find really good meaningful work. Sometimes people are kind of trying to find like, what is the thing that I'm passionate about versus just going back to regular jobs. So I'm actually using this job as an opportunity to obviously, work on the old resume, but, as far as like the skills, this kind of virtual communication skill, I just think it's really important that I have this on my, in my tool belt of skills, because, I want to be able to teach it to my family as well. I want to be able to have this as something of, one of my strengths. And I figure if I can practice this on people that I know personally, it's just so much easier to be able to build that skill in a comfortable environment. So that's why I'm just so appreciative of you seeing my demo. And, I'm not going to lie, I've got a couple goals with this company. The product is pretty awesome. I'm in a contest right now in my first 10 days. And there's actually opportunity for me to hit some promotions and win some free Cutco, which, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it earlier, but it's actually really good quality stuff. And plus it's like, cooking items that we're going to use in our house anyway. So you're kind of able to see it. And I guess I'm kind of able to win some of it. So I guess it's a win-win scenario. So I'm pretty excited about that because the company seems to really want to take care of me. They seem to want to help me build some skills, but also provide a little bit more of a meaningful experience than just, the basic customer service part-time job that I'm sure we've kind of all looked at as well. So let me actually go ahead and get started if you don't mind. I know you're busy and everything.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen with you. Okay. Let's get another pen. All right. So let me share my screen here with you. Make sure that you can see my Cutco demo. Can you see this okay? I'm still trying to figure out how the whole screen sharing works, but
Yeah, I see it.
okay, it's pretty smooth. All right, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to put this into full screen mode. And I like to use the laser pointer just because it makes it easier to kind of point stuff out for you. So this is sort of that contest that I was talking about, that I can actually win some free stuff. So I'm looking to kind of go all out. I've got 10 days and, I got a lot of other things going on. But if I figure I can do about 3 or 4 appointments a day, I might be able to get, pretty high up in this sales. And there's like I said, there's a bunch of stuff that I can win. So it's more important for me than it is for you. But that's something I'm excited about, of course. And there's some recognition that I can win, some scholarships, things that I know they offered to. But for me, I'm excited about that contest. But like I said, since I just started, Sarah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a script. You're gonna be looking at me, sort of looking at the script here, reading from my manual. Is that okay? I don't want it to be awkward.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, awesome. So I just want this to be relaxed, fun. Like I said, a couple of people just having a Zoom chat. And if you want to grab a water or something, I can wait just to make sure that you're comfortable.
Okay, I'm good. I have some right here.
Okay, perfect. So let's just chat for a little bit. So like I said, thank you so much for seeing my demonstration. Like I said on the phone, you actually don't have to get anything. But if you do see something that you like, you can get it today. Not only would you be getting a really great product, but you'd be helping me out towards my goals. So the reason why I think it's kind of been fun to take a look at this Cutco job is because of the customers that I've seen. So some people have had Cutco for like 10 plus years and they really love it. So, if you see something that you like for yourself, for a friend, definitely let me know and I'll get you what they call the friends and family discount. But my main goal today is that I do a great job and we have fun over the next 30 to 45 minutes, enough that I guess you like me enough to introduce me to a few other nice moms like you at the end of the demo, so I can actually get closer to my goal of doing those 3 or 4 appointments a day, going after, this contest that I'm in. Like I said, I've never had a job that had a contest, but I figure if you're going to do it, you might as well try to do well, right? Okay. And by the way, when we finish the demo, Sarah, I was hoping you'd be nice enough to give me some anonymous feedback to help me improve. Would that be all right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And by the way, that just takes a couple seconds to do. There's an app that we do it through. It's how I get credit for and paid for this presentation, so the company can verify that I've actually completed the demo. That'd be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, awesome. Well, Sarah, just so I know, and I know you kind of answered this before, do you cook because you have to, because you like to, or because you love to?
Oh, I love to cook.
Okay, well, I know with like 4 to 5, 6 kids that you've got right now, maybe you have to sometimes do, but I appreciate hearing that. Well, because you're gonna love Cutco. Okay. So as you can see by the slide, Cutco has been in business since 1949. All the knives are American made in the United States in our factory in Olean, New York. And the company sells over $250 million of Cutco annually. I think we have right now over 20 million customers, especially since, as you know, people have been cooking at home so much more recently. We're also the proud producer of what are called K-bar knives, which are used by the military, law enforcement agents. So Sarah, before we get started, could you actually, I know you're at your home, in your kitchen, if you could just run and grab your favorite straight edge knife, your favorite serrated edge knife, and a steak knife. And if you have like some pen and paper to take notes, that would be awesome.
Okay, yeah, just give me a second.
All right, so Sarah goes, gets her knives, comes back, boom, ready to go. All right, so let me show you a little bit about the quality of Cutco. So you're going to be seeing a couple of videos here. So first one is our shears. Sure, you've used kitchen scissors before. These are awesome.
Wow.
All right, let me kind of walk you through a little bit of that video. And okay, so they're super awesome. So I actually have a pair because I've got a sample. So what you kind of were able to see is them cutting a penny.
Oh my gosh.
Really wild. I saw this in my interview. I couldn't believe it. But that's like one of the reasons everyone loves their shears. So they have high carbon stainless steel, makes them good for everything in the kitchen as well as indoor and all of the different outdoor projects. They're dishwasher safe. And what you saw is they come apart so you can use them for like cutting up chicken and all the different things. Then you can use them in the garden too, for flowers, plants. Awesome. So they're like the last pair of shears you ever have to buy. Most scissors kind of stink. These are really, really awesome. And they are dishwasher safe. And they're dishwasher safe. Pretty cool.
Oh,
right?
cool. Yeah.
Okay, so that just kind of gives you an idea of the quality of Cutco. So let me tell you where we got the idea for Cutco, of course. So most people have, what is called the world's most expensive set of knives. Most knives are basically engineered to dull or break within 1 to 3 years. So households waste a ton of money replacing cheap knives over and over. You probably know this better than I do. But cheap knives have a lot of problems. Have you ever seen a drawer that kind of looks like that before?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so let's go through some of the details of them. There's 2 different types of handles. First of all, so wooden handles look great when they're new, but they can chip, crack, break, and also they can absorb everything: blood, grease, bacteria. I know kind of nowadays is kind of wanting to not have anything be spread from surface to surface. They're obviously not dishwasher safe. I don't know if you've ever seen like either a broken or cracked wooden handle before.
Yeah.
They can get pretty gross.
Yeah.
Now, plastic handles, they don't absorb bacteria, so they are more sanitary, but they can crack and they can melt and then chip, and they're really slippery when they're oily or they're wet. I don't know if you've ever seen something like a melted plastic handle before.
I have a few, actually.
Okay. All right. So now there's different types of steel. So carbon steel, which looks like this, has a lot of carbon, so it's really hard and stays really sharp, but it's kind of gross looking. It rusts, it stains, it corrodes, which is unsanitary on your food. And then the typical stainless steel knife, it's a soft steel, so it looks really good, but it dulls quickly and it is difficult to sharpen as well. We have 2 different types of blades. We have a straight edge. So the straight edge has the full blade like that, and it makes a really clean cut, but it dulls very easily. And they're actually supposed to be sharpened constantly, which can be kind of a pain. So Sarah, let me ask you, how often do you sharpen your knives?
I don't really. I don't have time to do that.
That's pretty normal, by the way. Do you know that like they actually recommend that you resharpen them before and after every use? Like when you watch the cooking channel and stuff like that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
No.
nobody has time for that. So anyways, that's why a lot of people like the serrated edges, the one with the points. These rip and tear your food, but obviously, as you know, serrated edges cannot be resharpened. Then we've got another feature of some of these knives called partial tang, which means that the steel only goes halfway through the handle, which will cause them to bend, wobble, and break. Then a lot of the knives have these cheap brass or stainless steel rivets, these little metal clamps. And those can expand, contract, and loosen over time. I don't know if you've ever seen those like jiggly kind of knives where you can kind of see that they've expanded over time. So when buying cutlery, the choices are to either like buy the cheap stuff and then have to repurchase them over and over again, or obviously buy quality that will last a lifetime. So let me show you how Cutco has solved all of these problems. All right, so there are 5 features that make Cutco the world's finest set of cutlery. Obviously, when you're talking about the world's finest, they are going to be more expensive, but as you know, good things aren't cheap and cheap things are not good. So I've got a sample of one of the pieces of Cutco. I don't know if you can kind of see it in the design of the handle. Do you notice that the handle's a little bit different?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got an ergonomic grip. So the first feature is called the wedge lock handle, and it's 100% unique to Cutco products. It was developed by Thomas Lamb, and he studied over 700 pairs of hands to design the handle. That's kind of a weird job, but basically he made it so it fits all hands. It eliminates hand fatigue. So, if somebody has like arthritis, it makes it easier for them to hold, eliminates slipping, and it's incredibly comfortable to hold because it locks the thumb and the forefinger into place. That's where most of the hand strength is. So it creates a perfect grip. The next feature is the thermo resin. Just like the material of the handle is very similar to what dishwashers are made of and what football helmets are made of. So it's a little bit more of an expensive material to use on knife handles, but it's worth it because it doesn't chip, crack, fade, or melt. And most importantly, it is 100% dishwasher safe, which I know can be pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's got the full tang, so the steel does go through on both sides all the way. And that's for safety and balance, so it doesn't bend or wobble while cutting. And the rivets, the metal clamps that we use to hold it together, those are nickel silver, so they don't expand or pop out to eliminate food particles and bacteria being caught in the handle. Now, the steel is called high carbon stainless steel. This is similar steel to what they use in like surgical instruments. So this is kind of a mix of the best of both worlds. It's got carbon for edge retention and hardness, and stainless so it doesn't rust. In fact, our steel goes through this like 3-step multi-day heat tempering process to make sure the steel is the right hardness and edge retention. And like I think it's like less than 1% of companies in the world use that process. So they really make it high quality. So lastly, I want to show you the most unique feature about Cutco. It's called the double the edge, and that's sort of what sets it apart. Okay, so this video is going to feature one of it's a customer and it's also a manager. It's kind of a little bit of both, but he's going to basically explain how Cutco's edge works, and then I'm going to clarify it over the course of it. I know parts of the video are accelerated because he's opening up a brand new Cutco knife. He's also opening up a brand new knife of our competitors, and then he's going to compare them against each other. So anyways, I'll let you watch the video.
Hello, welcome to my video about knives. Okay, I want to show you the difference between this special edge on a Cutco knife and a straight edge on a conventional knife. So I want to make sure everything is completely on the up and up. So I want to start by opening this box of Amazon Prime.
Right, so he's opening up a brand new box. This kind of makes it so cool.
There's one knife from a brand called Wusthof. Okay, Wusthof is a
I don't know
tremendous.
if you've ever heard of Wusthof before. They're
high
very
quality
good.
brand of kitchen knife made in Germany. This was $168 plus tax for this knife. All right, so it's not some super cheapy thing here. And
all right, so they kind of accelerate it while he's opening this.
all right, very good. So this is a Wusthof knife. Okay, you'll see it has several other things that you look for in a good knife. It's got a full tang construction. It's got 3 rivets. It's going to be very sturdy. Has a nice balance to it. If this brand of knife, Cutco, did not exist, this would probably be the brand that I would have in my house. Okay, so I want to show you how sharp it is right out of the box. It's probably going to do an amazing job on this piece of rope. First of all, I will mention that this is just a basic piece of rope. I know that most people don't eat rope, and they probably rarely cut something that is as hard as a piece of rope. Right? It just shows the difference in the way that different types of knife blades cut. So we're not necessarily just looking for how well it cuts, but we're also looking at what kind of cut that it makes. Right, straight edge knives are going to make very clean cuts. If this were to have a bunch of teeth,
the velocity and then the type of
tear it and rip it and make a kind of a ripping kind of cut. All right, so this should be very sharp. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, you can see I can cut through that pretty fast. I'm putting a lot of pressure on there. Okay, right, but it cuts through there very quickly.
And again, that's not a Cutco
super
knife.
clean.
That's the other
right?
thing.
Now I want to show you a Cutco knife.
All right, so now we're opening up a brand new Cutco
This
knife.
particular one is called the Petite Carver.
That's kind of the knife I was showing you.
And it's about the same length. This is why I chose this knife, okay? At the same length, okay? Actually, the Cutco knives are maybe a little bit shorter, okay? Now, you'll notice that it's got these teeth on it, okay? Now, I just said teeth typically rip and tear.
I'm going to explain
how
the
customers would say to me
blade
when I was a Cutco rep
really
way back a long time ago in the late 1980s. People would, I'd show them the knife and I'd have some customers say, oh, I don't like serrated edge knives. And I would say, that's good because I don't like them either. And they would look at me like, wait a minute, you know, isn't that what you got as a serrated knife? And I would explain to them that this is not a serrated edge knife, right? There's a special unique design there, and I'll explain that after I do the cutting demonstration. So here we go, cutting this one. Also,
all right, that's awesome, right?
cut, okay?
Same like the other knife, right? Cuts in one
Clean cut. Okay, it cuts clean. It doesn't rip and tear. Okay, makes it in one stroke. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to demonstrate how this edge holds, this kind of edge holds an edge a lot better than a straight edge. Okay, so the reason is, I'm going to do some drawing for you. This edge is a unique design. Okay,
this is what the Cutco blade looks like up close.
My art is not tremendous. There are three completely straight edges in between these points. This edge is for cutting this direction, this edge is for cutting this direction, this edge is for cutting straight down. So it's called a three-directional recessed cutting edge. It's recessed, meaning these points are not actually sharp. These points are not designed to do any cutting. They're just designed to protect these edges that are in between the points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enhance the welding process. I can just rub this on a cutting board, you know, simulate, 5,000 cuts or what it would take over a course of a year or something. But I'm going to use the bottom of a cup. Okay, the reason I'm going to use this is because it's just going to make it happen. The normal wear and tear. He's
going to dull the knives really badly.
I'm going to take this. I'm letting the weight of the blade only just do that. Okay, 2, 3.
Yes, 4. You would typically not want to do that.
5 simple
because it will dull your knife really fast.
I will do the same thing. Actually, let's do the cutting first. I got a mess here. Sorry.
Now we're going to see how the dulling impacted the cutting.
Now I did 5 cuts. Okay, and I'm pushing extremely hard. Okay, extremely hard.
You can see that it dulled it pretty fast, right?
Okay, pretty much all the weight I can possibly put with one hand, I'm putting on here. Okay, now that was the bottom of a cup, and I know you're not, shouldn't be doing that, but it's just showing the enhancement. Okay, now when I take the Cutco knife, right, and it's got the edge, so the edges, when I put it on here, it does not. The edges aren't actually hitting that. The edges are
above the point.
I can do
even if he's doing that, the edges never really touch the point.
If I take out a piece of rope, the points were already dull in the first place. That's all that touched the cup or the cutting board or whatever it's going to cut. And I can take it, and you're going to find that it's still going to cut in one stroke. Okay.
And he tried dulling it way more than the first knife.
That's what makes this edge unique. It cuts like a straight edge, but it looks like a serrated edge. Okay. So to understand the points, something that I used to say, a little pun, a joke I used to say about the points is the points are there not to be the edge, but to protect the edge, and that's what gives Cutco the edge.
So what I like about this video is like it's a very it's like a dad explaining it to another family member versus like a scientist trying to be all like cryptic. It's a very simple product, but the blade is what makes it unique. So to kind of clarify it, this is what he was talking about. So this is the most unique feature. It's called the double the edge, which is unique to Cutco. It's got 3 razor sharp edges that are located in between the points. So it's going to cut a lot faster, a lot cleaner, but it stays sharper longer because these points, they will stop these blades from hitting your cutting board. So I'm sure you understand, Sarah, it's not your food that dulls the knife, it's the cutting board, the plates, the countertops that do that. So because of this type of edge, it's that keeps the blade protected. It's going to stay sharp on average, Sarah, between 7 to 10 years under normal use. Now, the best thing about Cutco isn't just how we say it'll stay sharp, but we back it up as a company with our forever guarantee. This is one of the only products, Sarah, that you can buy one time, use every day, and never have to replace. And the product ends up being the proof of purchase. So you could pass this down to your kids and leave it as a legacy, and they'll still have the same guarantee. So here's how it works. First of all is the forever performance guarantee. If anything ever goes wrong with your Cutco, just send it back to the factory, fix or replace it for free. You'll never have to pay to replace your knives. Forever sharpness, that if anything goes if your knives ever need to get resharpened, because the Cutco double the edge will remain sharp for 7 to 10 years on normal use. But when Cutco needs sharpening, just send it back. It'll be sharpened for free. All you're going to pay for is just the shipping. Then there's the unconventional use. And basically that means is if you or your spouse ever happens to like damage the knives through unconventional use, you like using to chop down a tree, pry open a paint can, use as a ninja star or something, the company will replace it for half the retail price. And then this is the most important part, is the 15-day return policy. We actually have a 15-day risk-free money-back guarantee that if you or Jacob, you're not satisfied with the purchase, then you can refund it for a full refund because, you know, obviously we can't always see both spouses together. So y'all can try it out together for a few weeks risk-free to make sure you both love it. Okay. You know, I know that you haven't personally owned Cutco before, so let me show you a short video of what other people say. This is like, you know, the Yelp reviews, the Amazon reviews of what it looks like and how long, when you purchase Cutco, you can actually expect to use the product.
When was the first time you bought Cutco? How long ago was that?
It was about 15 years ago.
I've had Cutco for 32 years.
15 years. I'm new to the family. Since just before we got married in 1954.
We probably bought our first Cutco when I first got married, so that's been 44 years ago.
It's been decades.
Since 2005.
I bought my first pieces in 1985.
Well, I bought them in 1968, so almost 50 years.
About 3 years.
Exactly 4 years.
4 years, I think. A couple years.
4 years?
5 or 6 years.
At least 15 years.
I would say like 15 years.
I've had my Cutco for 25 years.
We've had our Cutco more than 20 years.
It's almost 40 years. 50 years?
At least 50 years.
What do you love most about your Cutco knives, would you say?
I like the quality of the knife itself.
The durability, and that they'll last forever.
I like the grip of the handles and just the way all the knives cut. They're great knives. They last forever.
And of course, there's always the availability to have them sharpened again. So
They're very durable. They last forever. They're sharp.
They're just so sharp.
They're sharp.
They stay sharp for an extremely long time.
It is awesome. It's awesome.
I can get them sharpened for free every year.
I'm looking forward to just the service, the warranty and stuff. It'll get on my counter in my block.
They just stand up really well through the dishwasher, through everyday use.
The lightweight.
They feel good in the hand. There's a knife for the particular job that you're going to do.
They get the job done. I would own every single one of them if I could.
So when I heard a couple people like, oh yeah, I've had mine for like 15 years or 20 years or 30 years, I'm like, okay.
Have you continued to buy more knives since that first purchase?
I have. My son started selling them when he was in college too.
This is my, I think, third time.
Probably only 3 or 4 times, but I'm to the point now that I'm buying them for gifts.
3 or 4 times.
At least 6.
8 or 9.
Probably going to pick up 1 or 2 today.
They are my true friends. They show up for me.
Of course it was. It was definitely worth an investment in Cutco.
My true friends. I think that's a little much, but you know, hey, if you use them every single day, it's nice to be able to count on them. And I think the overarching theme is Cutco is just a great investment because you'll never have to buy another knife. And obviously it's pretty hard to beat an American made product that has a forever guarantee. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start by showing you the pieces in what's called our most popular set, which is called the Homemaker set. And obviously, Sarah, you can buy individual pieces, but most customers agree that over a lifetime, sets are going to be a much better value. You know, it's important to have the right tools for the right situation because of safety, efficiency. By the way, we do actually have 2 larger sets for customers who are like obsessed and love to cook, called the Ultimate and Signature set. But I'm going to just start with the pieces in our basic set, which is the most popular. This is called the Homemaker Plus 8. Basically has the minimum number of tools to do 100% of the jobs in your kitchen as efficiently as possible. It is the best value for the average family, and it starts with your paring knife. So this is called Cutco's Air Knife. It's got a really long handle, making peeling and paring more comfortable. So this is going to be for like those small jobs in the kitchen, like apples, strawberries, bananas, great for smoothies, fruit salads. I don't know. Do you ever do any stuff like that?
Oh yeah, kids love smoothies.
Okay, so that's the kind of thing that you would use the paring knife for. So it sounds like you would like that one, but you would not want to use that on the cutting board, right? Because it's a straight edge. That's why you would have the trimmer. So this is the ultimate utility knife. This is going to be for all the small fruits and veggies. You will never smash a tomato ever again.
Oh,
you ever
nice.
notice that when you try to cut a tomato with a dull knife, it always smushes?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Look at how many slices you can make. You can make every sandwich with 1 tomato versus having to use like the big chunks. You can dice them for salsa, for homemade chili. I like a little music in the background. And this is great for just like all the small stuff like cucumbers, oranges, lemons, and limes. It's also going to be really good for slicing like raw chicken into strips. And by the way, which color of the knives do you like better? What do you think would look better with your countertop? The classic or the pearl or the red?
You know, I kind of like that red one.
It's pretty unique, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everybody really likes the versatility of the trimmer, but it's going to be a little too thin for like the spreading and serving. That's why people really love the spatula spreader. So, you know, it's got a really wide, it's also flexible edge. It's going to allow you to spread. That's a good amount of cream cheese, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
And you can cut with the same knife.
Oh, cool.
So you can do bagels, you can do lasagna, you can do cake. Start the cake video. That thing is awesome too. By the way, who has mayonnaise in little separate compartments, right? That's kind of weird. But you can do the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can cut cake. You can cut lasagna, and it's not going to break the piece because it's got a really sharp knife on the edge. Oh, it's also really good for avocados to open them up when you're using them. So it's a really unique tool. Cutco's the only company that has something like this. And man, that is a good amount of peanut butter. So that way you can do like 8 sandwiches at the same time versus having to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And you only need one knife. Pretty awesome, right? What do you think you would use that knife for?
Oh, sandwiches, definitely.
You guys do a lot of sandwiches?
Yeah. We eat a lot of avocados too, so that'd be cool.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now this is not going to be for your like big fruits and veggies. That's why you would have the petite carver. This is the large utility knife. This is like your everyday meat knife, chicken and small roast, but this is the big one for like the large summer fruits, like pineapple or cantaloupe, or like the really tough veggies like squash, things like that. You know how like when you buy pineapple whole, it's a lot cheaper. Like the same thing for all the big fruits. Oh, and this is the turning fork. This has 3 sharp tines that makes it really easy to turn the meats and veggies, but it's so that way you can get things out of a jar. I don't know if you guys ever like eat pickles, but so instead of using your fingers, you can actually use that big fork. And so this is the petite carver back again. This is doing grapefruits, and that's a squash. That's an 8 point squash. Isn't that awesome?
Those are really hard to cut open.
Yeah, those are thick, right? Those are, I mean, that's like a lightsaber at this point.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Oh, and the cantaloupe. You guys ever do like melons, cantaloupe, anything like that?
Oh yeah, the kids love cantaloupe.
So that's the thing.
Watermelon.
So you can buy it whole versus having to buy it pre-cut. You can get really nice, thin, smooth slices. These videos are cool. Makes me hungry. All right, so that's the petite carver, but that is not, that's not for your big frozen foods. This is going to be the butcher knife. That's what that one's for. This video is incredible, by the way. This is the heavy duty knife. This is going to be for like all the barbecue stuff, disjointing meat, ribs, any like nearly frozen stuff. Like guava, I don't know who cuts up guava, but if you want to do that, that's what you would use that butcher knife for, but definitely for watermelon. It's going to awesome. Really easily go through the really tough, thick, the thick rinds. You can also separate, like, you know how like when you get like frozen hot dogs or burgers, try to defrost them, can't even defrost them all the way. So that's going to be for taking that apart. Does a really good job on that. But it's going to be for the really tough jobs that you wouldn't want to like hurt the other knives with. What do you think? Ninja, gotta do that.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think you would use like a knife like that?
Oh, definitely for watermelon. Kids love watermelon.
Okay, so that would be your watermelon.
Like every day we would be cutting up a watermelon in the summertime. So
okay, perfect. All right, but this is not your chopping knife, even though it kind of looks like it's that rounded edge. We have what's called the Petite Chef. This is the most satisfying knife to use. My mom used to use like a little tiny knife and cut like one at a time, but this has the high knuckle clearance. It's going to make it more comfortable, way safer for dicing, mincing, and chopping. And this is great for the like the soup, the salad, stir fry, stew, stuffing. You know, like when you watch like TV shows about cooking, and they always have that knife and they're chopping everything all the beginning. It's just going to save you a ton of time. This is the big time saver. All right, this knife is for chopping. This is not a slicing knife, though. So that's why you would have the slicer. So you can use it for brisket, you can use it for salads, and it is amazing for slicing bread. You guys ever do fresh bread?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. This is like good for like, even when you're doing like garlic bread, for example. And this is like the ultimate test, the crumbs. Look at that, no crumbs. Awesome.
Wow, my bread always comes out squished when I cut it. It always
When
ends
you're
up
trying to
flat
cut
by the
bread
time.
right out of the oven.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that is literally the best bread knife in the world. And the long double D edge makes it great for cutting cake, shredding lettuce, and slicing boneless meats. But this is not what you would use for anything with a bone. You would want to have the carver. So I'm not sure what you guys use over the holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, but Easter coming up, this would be the set for that. And this guy does like a little bit of a tutorial, but
starting parallel to the breastbone, slice diagonally through the meat.
this is like, we call it the spare tire of the set. You're not using it every day, but when you need a good carving knife,
ready to serve to your guest.
it is so nice to have it. Do you guys ever like barbecue or like maybe host a family dinner?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna make it time to retire the electric chainsaw carver. I don't know if people still use that thing, but this is what you will use for the big roast, the barbecue, and just like any of like the random family occasions. So, I guess, Sarah, can you see how over a lifetime you would probably be able to use all of these items?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right, so to complete your set, your table knives, these are used for every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They have a wide blade and a rounded tip, makes it great for spreading. Double the edge, I like to cut like a steak knife. So you can see, we're gonna do a comparison. This is not a Cutco knife first, doing the leather. And now check out how the Cutco knife does. I mean, if you can cut leather like that, imagine just go through a steak. All right, so this is the non-Cutco knife again. And now the Cutco table knife. It's small, but that double the edge.
Wow.
Cuts like butter. Now, we've had these table knives for 70 years, but for customers who like the feel of a larger steakhouse steak knife, we do actually have two larger sets that have this option, the steak knife option. So let me kind of show you how the steak knife works. It's like a big table knife. And every once in a while, somebody wants to have the bigger version of it. So literally like butter on steak. So I don't know what you or Zeka would prefer. Some people like the table knife. It's nice, easy to work with. It's compact. Some people, they really got to have that big style steak knife. And the two larger sets that we have, the signature set and the ultimate set, they actually come with that option. Now, obviously, Sarah, it would be dangerous to have really sharp knives floating around in a drawer. So our sets come with wood blocks. So these look great on the countertop. We have a different wood block for every single size set. We also have storage trays for the drawer and the wall. And then the sets come with a free cutting board. It's really important to use soft plastic cutting boards. Glass, granite, and marble cutting boards are going to be way too hard and dull your knives. So next is our kitchen tools. To complement your homemaker set, we also have incredible kitchen tools and gadgets. This 5-piece kitchen tool set matches the rest of your set, comes in a wood block for easy storage. And then our 4-piece entertainer pack has what are called comfort grip handles, and of course is forever guarantee. It comes with our 4 most popular gadgets all in one pack. So you can kind of see them in action here, starting with the vegetable peeler. This lady has the funniest accent, by the way.
This is a Cutco peeler. It has a double blade and it goes back and forth. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is like the coolest thing. Look, it goes back and forth. How cool is that?
So it does peel in both directions.
Now I'm very excited.
I don't know if you know, most peelers are horrible quality.
Oh yeah, I could use one of those.
This is the Cutco quality one. This one rocks. The ice cream scoop, it's made of zinc, which transfers heat very quickly, meaning it'll melt your ice cream as you cut into it. You can kind of show the video here. You can kind of see it really gliding through very easily. It's also great for getting the seeds out of melon. But you don't have to like microwave the ice cream. You don't have to run into hot water. The ice cream scoop does the job. And the pizza cutter. This one actually has a really, really cool feature. Other than the fact that it's really sharp and strong, the blade actually comes apart so you can clean it when you're done. Isn't that convenient?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. And then lastly is the cheese knife. So the cheese knife has holes in it, so the cheese doesn't stick to it. I don't know if you ever do like potatoes, like when they're raw, you know, it's like they're kind of like they're starchy and they stick. Well, this is also really great for potatoes and sweet potatoes when they're raw, apples and cheese as well. The cheese knife is one of the most popular knives we sell. It is awesome. I don't know if you ever like to have like the sliced cheese and stuff like that on a board when maybe like company comes over, but this would be like that preparation knife, but also it's some of the like the sticky starchy foods like that too. Okay, so finally, let me review why so many people choose to invest in Cutco. You're always going to have sharp American-made knives that are comfortable, safe, and sanitary. Cutco is guaranteed to last forever, so it'd be the last set of knives you'd ever buy. And Cutco saves lots of money. Most customers who buy Cutco eat out less. Basically, if having a set of knives saves you one night of going out, because they're fun to use, at $60, you'd save a month, and it would be $720 saved this year. Over 25 years of owning Cutco, easily you'd save 720 times 25 would be $18,000. So there are several reasons why so many customers choose sets. First of all, they have kind of like the right tool for the right job. Sets have a built-in discount, so it's cheaper. Sets come with a free cutting board, another free Cutco as well. Sets are much safer because they come in a block or a tray, and we also have interest-free monthly investment options, so you wouldn't have to pay for it all at once. All right, so when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide variety of quality and prices. Cutco is top rated, so we only compare to the highest quality brands. So I've got a price comparison here for our top competitors. This is Wusthof and this is Shun. Have you ever heard of them before?
I've heard of Wusthof.
Okay, so as you know, these high quality sets are made overseas, and they're two of the top selling brands in stores. Obviously, each brand has different types of sets, which range in price, but Wusthof is the most popular. As you can see, the price for the Wusthof set is $3,435. Sometimes you can find it on sale for about $2,000. There are some major differences between these brands and Cutco. Wusthof has mostly straight edges, so they do have to be sharpened, which can be kind of a hassle. They are not recommended for the dishwasher. And the warranty is just on manufacturing defects only. In comparison, Cutco has the unique wedge lock handle, the exclusive double D edge, and we have our 4-part forever guarantee, which includes free sharpening. People that own Cutco will tell you that it's 10 times better than any knives they've ever used. So, you know, Sarah, just considering the unique features, most people would agree that Cutco is at least twice as good as Wusthof. Well, when something offers twice the quality and value and lasts forever, obviously you'd expect it to be at least twice the price. Well, at twice the price, you'd be looking at over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. So, as I said earlier, we actually do have 2 larger sets for people who do a lot more cooking, called the Complete and the Family set. But first, I just want to show you our Homemaker Plus 8. Basically, it's the perfect set for families that cook 2 to 4 times a week. It's got the 10 basic tools that I explained earlier, 8 table knives, the wood block, and a sharpener for straight edges. And then we have what's called the basic Homemaker set that doesn't have the table knives. So Sarah, if you were just considering a set of Cutco, do you think you'd prefer the set with the table knives?
I think so. I think we would definitely use those.
Okay. So the great thing is that they don't cost $4,000. In fact, it doesn't even cost as much as the Wusthof price of $3,435. The Homemaker Plus 8 is only $1,419. That's paid in full, and that includes shipping. But most of our customers take advantage of the 5-month interest-free investment option, which is only $310, and that includes tax. So Sarah, we have a bonus where if you did want to buy it today, I could give you the entire kitchen tools, the entertainer pack, or the super shears for free. So hypothetically, which of the free options do you think you would like the most?
The super shears.
Super shears, those are awesome, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Sarah, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you, would you like to try the Homemaker Plus set today and get your free super shears?
Ooh, no, we can't do that today.
By the way, no problem. If you don't mind me asking, what is it about the Homemaker that you're kind of a little unsure about?
Well, honestly, I like the look of those larger sets you're showing me earlier, but that's just too much for us right now.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question. Did you like Cutco though?
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Okay. Well, hey, here's the thing. I totally understand $14.19 is a lot all at once. That is why a lot of people that really like Cutco split it up over 5 months interest free. It'd only be $310 per month. Do you think that you would be comfortable with $310 today?
No, we can't do that today.
Okay, no problem. Hey, I totally understand how you feel. I just want to make sure that I do show you all the options. That gives me credit for the job. So let's go ahead and skip to the next set. Actually, might be a way better investment for you. Okay, so next is our galley set. So I think it's a really perfect starter set and it'll take care of all of your needs. So as you can see, it comes with the paring knife for the air. You get the trimmer for the small stuff. You get your spatula for sandwiches. You get your serving piece, meats knife, veggie chopper, and the slicer. And it still comes with 6 of the table knives. So it's just a few less knives, but it's for a lot less money. So instead of paying $14.19 for the Homemaker set, the Galley plus 6 is only $10.24 or $224 per month for 5 months interest free. And by the way, if you got that set today, I could actually still include for you those super shears for free. So what do you think? Is that something you'd like to get today?
No, that's still too much.
Okay, no problem. We definitely still have starter sets. And these next 2 slides, they show the starter sets. I think getting one of these today allows you to get what you really need. And you can always upgrade to a bigger set later and even get the bigger wood block later. So you can always upgrade to whatever you end up wanting to in the long term. So first of all, we've got the Essentials plus 5 set. This one's going to come with just a very basic. So you can see it comes with the paring knife, spatula spreader, turning fork. It's got the petite carver and the petite chef. And then you've got the studio set that comes with a paring knife, the trimmer, the spatula spreader, and petite carver. This one comes with 4 table knives. This one comes with 5 table knives. Then we have the space saver. That's got the chef knife, the petite carver, the trimmer. It's got 2 different style paring knives in this unique wood block. You've got the all knife set. This is the paring knife, trimmer, spatula spreader, petite chef, and the carver. The kitchenette set has the paring knife, trimmer, turning fork, petite carver, and the slicer. This is the gourmet set. This is kind of like for big scale cooking. Not sure if that would be something you do, but we have it as a starter set too. So I'm going to go back and forth here. Hypothetically speaking, Sarah, which set do you think has the pieces that you would use the most? Feel free to tell me to kind of focus on one or the other, just as an idea.
Go back to the other one.
Okay.
I think that all knife set.
Okay, so that has the paring knife. You would use that.
Mm-hmm.
Trimmer, spatula spreader, petite chef, and the carver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go ahead and get that price for you. Sarah, would you be able to write this down just so you can have all the information for yourself?
Sure.
Let me know when you're ready to write.
Okay.
I'm going to quiz you on it later. I'm just kidding. All right, so the all knife set is only $555, but you can do it at $114. So go ahead and write down $114 for 5 months. So you can write down 114 times 5.
Okay.
And if you get that set today, you can actually still get the super shears for free.
Oh.
So what do you think? Is that something you'd like to get today?
You know, it seems like such a good deal, but we just can't do that right now.
No problem, no problem. By the way, most people that I'm doing a demo for that love Cutco end up customizing their own set. And you can actually customize your own set, and I can actually still give you free stuff with it. So let's do this. I've got my notes here. If you can write this down too, let's make a list of the 5 pieces that you see yourself using the most.
Okay. See the trimmer.
Okay, let me write that down. Trimmer.
The spatula spreader.
Okay, I'm gonna write down spatula. That's a good choice, by the way. It's my favorite knife.
The butcher knife.
Okay, you use the butcher knife. Watermelons, right? Remember that.
The petite chef.
Petite chef, okay.
How many is that? That's 4.
Yep, just one more. What do you think you also use?
I think that cheese knife looked really cool.
Cheese knife, it is. Okay, so let me make sure that you've got these written down too. So you got the trimmer, the spatula spreader, the butcher knife, the petite chef knife, and the cheese knife. Were those the 5?
Yes.
Okay. Sarah, would you be able to give me a minute so I can kind of calculate these prices for you?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we got the trimmer. I'm gonna add that to the cart. We've got the spatula. Add that to the cart. We've got the butcher knife. And then the petite chef. And then the traditional cheese knife. Okay. All right, so I'm ready for the prices. If you want to write this down. So that would be $552 in full or $112 for 5 months, interest free. And then you would get either at that point, the super shears, or you could get 4 table knives for free. You know, hypothetically, which of those 2 free options do you think you'd be more excited about?
The super shears.
Well, the shears, I know, are the best.
Oh, and those come in red too?
Yeah, you can get them in the black, the white, the red, so they match your knives.
Awesome.
Okay, so it'd be $112 a month, and you get the shears, and you get a storage tray, so you actually have a place to put your knives. So, do you think that you'd like to go ahead and get that custom set today?
No, that's still too much.
Okay, no problem. The special number 2 that I'm going to show you is actually really popular. It's called buy 3, and then you can actually get the 4th knife for free. So Sarah, out of those 5 knives, which one do you think that you could probably live without?
Probably the butcher knife.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that one. So if you want to cross off the butcher knife on your list, and then if you just give me 1 minute to calculate the price. Okay, I'm ready for the price.
Okay.
Write this down. So this is way better. All right, so in full, that would be $332. Or you can do it on 3 payments. It actually ends up being the same as the last one. So it's $112, but it's only 3 payments for that one. And you would get the spatula spreader for free. So you're paying for 3 of the knives, you're getting the 4th one for free. And you actually would still get a storage tray, so you have a place to put all of your knives. So that would be, like I said, $332 in full, $112 on 3 payments. Does that sound a little better for you?
Definitely sounds like a great deal, but it's just that's just too much for us to be spending a month right now.
Okay, hey, I totally understand. We do have some other combo specials where you can actually still get a discount. So Sarah, what would you say are your 2 favorite pieces?
The petite chef.
Okay.
And the trimmer.
Petite chef and the trimmer perfectly. So you'd have one good slicing knife, one good chopping knife to get started with. Awesome. So go ahead and give me a minute. I'm going to go ahead and give you the prices. Okay. All right. Let me get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. So what we have left are the trimmer and the petite chef. And for those two pieces, it would be $233 in full or $79. So if you want to write down 79, and that would be for the 3 payments, like less than a cell phone bill, kind of like one night of going out, right? We're going to skip that one. We can do 79 a month. And what I can do is I can give you one of the gadgets for free. I can give you the ice cream scoop or the vegetable peeler. We could also do a large cutting board for free. So what do you think? Do you think that sounds a little bit better for you?
Yeah, I feel like I should probably run it by my husband first.
No, like I said, I totally understand. Let me ask you a question. Obviously, you know Jacob better than anybody. If he was sitting there right now, do you think that he would want you to maybe kind of look at maybe something smaller or kind of think about it? Or do you think he would be like totally comfortable with like $79 for 3 months?
I think it might still be a little bit too much.
Okay, no problem. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just show you our last option here then, just to make sure you have all the options for yourself. This is called the reserving the buy now bonus. So, Sarah, could you see yourself getting Cutco, either now or in the future?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so basically like what I would suggest is that you get something with the double the edge and just try it out. And that will give Jacob the opportunity to try it out too. And that way you can be 100% sure once you're holding it and using it daily, that it's a really good investment. So, for example, as far as the pieces that we have left, the petite chef and the trimmer, which one do you think you would use the most that would really give you a lot of value?
I think the trimmer.
You think the trimmer?
Yeah.
Okay. So the price of the trimmer, if you want to write this down, and this would get you started, it would get you to be a past Cutco owner, so I can give you all the deals and discounts in the future. That one's only $81, which you can actually divide up onto 2 payments, just to make sure you love it.
Oh, okay.
And it would only be $42. And I think with tax it's $45. And if you love it, which I know you will, you can keep it. And then you can always upgrade to a bigger set later. And obviously, if you get it and you don't love it, even after just that first month of using it, you can get a full refund since it's risk-free. The biggest benefit is that it does allow me to give you free stuff in the future. And yes, it definitely helps me out towards my goals. So what do you think? Is that doable for you?
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it.
That's awesome. You're going to love your Cutco, Sarah. So
excited.
Here's what I want to do. I want to just really quickly go through some of the accessories. I want to make sure that I didn't skip that just in case something pops out for you as well. Cool. But I'm super excited that you're going to get that trimmer. I think you're going to be obsessed with it. And I know that you're going to call me back in the future and get way more stuff. So let me kind of run through some of the accessories here with you, just in case. And you can always put stuff like this on a wish list. So when you get Cutco in the future, I can always kind of keep track of what you like.
Okay, cool.
So by the way, if we get to an area and you have no interest in it, I can totally pass it. But if you want to give me more, if you want me to give you more information, I'm more than glad to. So this is our flatware. I don't know if you guys are in the market for flatware at all.
Not right now, but that's beautiful.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. One of the nice things about the flatware is that we never change the design. So you know how some people lose a fork? Well, even if you lose a fork, you can always replace it. So
yeah, they end up in the trash all the time.
Then we've got our pots and pans, our cookware. So I don't know, some people don't even know that we make our cookware.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so if you're ever interested in the cookware, we can have you watch the video. We've got a couple different size sets.
Nice.
And then we have some outdoor tools. I don't know if any of these would be anything that you might want to consider. This is the Fisherman Solution. It is amazing. As you can see, the heat turns into fire. blade extends between 69 inches. That's a completely feature about the knife. And remove for easy cleaning. Then the blade is slightly exposed, so you can cut your fishing line with it. And there's a sharpener on the line.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so I know that they had some rock star music there, but do you think anyone you know would use something like that?
I kind of want. I don't even fish, but I think I kind of want one of those.
Okay, I'll write it down as one of the feature items. That's awesome. Okay, cool. We have garden tools as well.
Ooh, nice.
Really nice. Barbecue tools. They're over 19 inches long, so you can steal your neighbor's burgers. And then table knives are really popular. We got all these gadgets that we've seen before. Cheese knives. Again, let me know if there's anything you want me to stop at. And then these are just like a lot of great gifts if you have like a wedding coming up, anniversaries, holidays, stuff like that. So I wrote down the fishing knife. Oh, these are called wellness mats. They are like the super most comfortable, squishy little mats that you can stand on. It kind of removes all the pressure from your lower back. So it's so much more comfortable when you're like washing, drying, cooking all the time, you know, kind of like that extra support structure. So these are pretty cool too. So do you want me to write down any of those other accessories that you saw? Anything you want me to go back to? Or
The garden tools, those are pretty cool.
Okay. All right. Well, I will keep those on your wish list for the next time.
All right, awesome.
All right, so I'm going to need a few seconds to go and just write up your order.
Okay,
so
cool.
Go ahead and just get that done. Okay, we've got the billing address, city, state, zip code. And then do you want to do that in the 2 payments or you want to do it in one? What would you prefer?
I think the 2 payments.
Okay, yeah, and that's the easiest way and there's no interest as well. And then do you want to use debit or credit?
Credit.
Okay, cool. Obviously, you would give me the credit card number at that point. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click checkout. You ready? 3, 2, 1. You are now an official Cutco owner. Congratulations.
Yay. So excited.
Excited for you. All right. So, Sarah, honestly, did you enjoy the presentation?
I did. That's really cool.
Did I do okay?
Yeah, you did great.
Okay, perfect. Well, in order for me to get credit, for the presentation, the company has you basically rate my presentation. So can you check the last text message that I just sent you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you can go ahead and hit the link, it's going to download the My Cutco Rep app. Let me know when you got that.
Okay. I have an iPhone, so it's the iPhone one.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. All right, downloading.
So yeah, they used to have people have to like write in reviews, but now this is just a lot easier because everyone's got a phone.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's all high tech. All right, it's downloading. Open.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my rep number.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
It's 11090156.
Okay.
And then the meeting code is 2599.
2599.
And let me know when you have it open. It should say found meeting for Sarah Otto.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and click continue and you can answer the 3 questions and submit the feedback. It's just going to take a minute.
Okay. On time. Yes.
Thank you for making me sound great.
It seems like you've done this a lot before. So
I tried practicing a lot of times here. Okay, so next you should see my bio page, which has a picture of me and a little bit about me. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, like I mentioned at the beginning, This job is really challenging my communication skills. I'm obviously having to work on my time management skills, scheduling appointments with busy moms like you. It really helps me, obviously, the more I can train. So if you can go ahead and click the share button at the bottom, you're going to see all of your friends' contacts pull up. Can you hold the phone just to make sure that we're on the same page? I can just see the contact part. Okay, perfect. All right, so here's, Sarah, how you could really help me out. So I get paid every time I show Cutco, but I can only show people that I've been personally recommended to. So what I need you to do while I'm going to be just wrapping up is I want you to go ahead and tap on about 100 contacts. I'm just kidding. Just 10 to 15 people would be great. That would be nice enough to take a look at my presentation. And I'm not necessarily looking at people that you think would buy, just nice moms like you that would be willing to take a look. And by the way, Sarah, the way that I'm going to reach out to your friends is first, we're going to send them a little heads up text message, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And it's going to let them know that I'll be reaching out. And if anybody responds saying they don't want to talk to the knife guy, I'll just remove their number. I'm not going to be sad. But I've just found that people are so appreciative when we just kind of text them in advance. So that way they know who I am. So it's going to take me a couple of minutes to write down my notes from the demo, tell my manager how nice you were so I can get credit. So while I'm doing that, let's just check off all of the people that you think are nice. And then we're going to go ahead and text them afterwards.
Okay.
All right. And by the way, for every 10 that you click, you become what's called a sponsor. If you get the 20, that's a double sponsor. Basically, the way that it works is for every 50 sponsors I have, I actually get $150 of Cutco that I'm going to raffle off to all my sponsors. It's kind of a way to people to give back, people that help me the most. So let me ask you, what about, I know you said that your kids are in gymnastics. What about maybe some of the moms from gymnastics? Do you think maybe some of them might be nice?
Well, I don't know if I'm really comfortable giving you their numbers.
Well, how about this? We're going to send them a heads up text message. If they say, no, I'm not interested, no biggie. If they say, sure, no problem, I'll give them a call. So that way we can leave it up to them to see if it's okay.
Well, can we do this later?
Sure. By the way, and I really appreciate you being willing to help me out. But Sarah, I know you are really busy. I would hate to have to call you later when you're taking care of the kids with your job. And again, the people that we're tapping down, you don't have to worry about if you have to consider if they're going to buy anything. I'm just looking for nice moms. This really helps me out. Since I got to take a couple of notes right now. What about one of that neighbor that you thought was nice? You think we can put them down?
Yeah, we can put them down.
They would be nice. And then, oh, hey, I know you said that you went to your parents' house over the holidays. What about your folks?
Yeah, you know what? My mom might be really into it.
And here's the thing. I promise I will be just as nice to them as I am to you. Okay. So I'm going to make you look good for referring.
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you my brother's number too.
Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. You're the best. All right. So how many does it say that you're at so far?
I'm at 8.
That's awesome. Dude, that's 8 more opportunities for me to hit my goals. By the way, you're only 2 away from the sponsorship.
All right.
If we could maybe get to 10, that would really mean the world.
Let's see.
How about this? If you can get me to 10, I'm going to throw in a free cutting board just because you helped me out.
Oh, nice. There. Actually, I'm going to give you 3 more.
Oh, you are the best. See, this is why I knew I should reach out to you first. You're the best. Okay, so we got 11 on the bottom of the screen. If you can go ahead and click on where it says share contacts button at the bottom, this page confirms 2 things. This is really important, Sarah. You are only sharing just a name and number, and I actually am going to be the only person who ever sees this. And I'm going to go ahead and refresh it on my screen to make sure it came through. There it is, 11 contacts from my most amazing friend, Sarah. Okay, perfect. Now, let me explain to you how to detect the heads up text. This is the part that they really, really appreciate. So it's a lot easier, when people know that I'm calling. So do you see at the corner, it says view shared?
Yes.
Okay, just click introduce. and then create the little message, and it's going to send them the heads up text message right from your phone. So I've got a couple more notes to finish. If you can go ahead and just do that real quick heads up text message, that way they all know that I'm going to be calling. That would actually mean the world to me. That's going to make it so much easier. So that way they know that I'll be calling.
Okay. So I do this for each of them?
That would be awesome. I would really appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Remember, I'm giving you the free cutting board. So hopefully that makes it worth your while. And the
Oh
cutting board
yeah,
is awesome,
need
by
for
the
my
way.
trimmer. So
That's right.
all right.
Okay. Let me know when you're all set.
Okay. Last one, all done.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Okay. I saw that hey, you already have one person that said it's okay. That's great. Oh my God. Sarah, thank you so much for helping me with this. I know you're really busy, so I don't want to keep you. I've got another presentation coming up here in 5 minutes, but if you need anything, obviously any more Cutco, let me know. I really appreciate this. You've been awesome.
All right. No problem. My pleasure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.